Nice, nice. I see we've got about 50 people on here. So it is now officially 3:01. So we're going to get started. But if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. My name is Lisa Joy, and I'm here to share a chair yoga practice with you. So just a few notes before we start. I want to say that yoga is in and of itself the practice of observing what is and intentionally acting to be in the moment, to be present. So, no matter what the movements are or the directions are that I may impart to you today, know that the most important thing is that you spend time being aware of the present moment. And that everything else, whatever the movement or the doing or the thinking or the connecting or any of that, any of the stuff that's going on with the mind and the body or one or the other, is really just tools or directives to help you reside in the present moment. So if something doesn't work for you, isn't exactly possible, or you can do something similar, or you just notice how what you're doing is in relationship to what I may be saying, which is all an interpretation, right? It's all in the mind stuff anyway. The point is just to help bring you and guide you to the present moment. So take a few breaths now to begin moving to the present moment. And how do we say it? How do we do that? Take a breath in and notice I am breathing in. And then exhale the breath, blow it out, and notice I am breathing out. Again, breathe in, notice, maybe even say to yourself, I am breathing in. And then exhale, breathe out, say to yourself, I am breathing out. And keep stating, noticing, and acknowledging that you are in fact alive, that just through the actions of breathing, which happen all on their own in most instances without our directive, that you are already existing in the present moment, that you are alive. When we practice yoga, we are often working on getting out of our own minds, or in many cases, getting out of our own way, right? All the things and stories that we tell ourselves can become obstacles from our experiencing of the present moment. So take a few more rounds. It doesn't matter what speed you're going with the breath, but as you breathe in, I am breathing in. And as you breathe out, I am breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. And as you continue this pattern of noticing your breath, you begin to feel the rhythm, the pace at which your breath is moving. So without changing anything, without changing the pace of your breath, simply on purpose, breathe at your pace, breathe at your rhythm. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. So we're bringing intention now, purposeful action towards breathing, to mean to breathe at all, to do it on purpose. This is the first step in directing your own actions, to just be intentional about what's actually happening, to mean to do what already is. This is an alignment of your purpose and the truth. It may seem very simple, but just try it for a few more breaths. to not change or shift anything at all, but to do exactly what you're doing as you're doing it. And now we're going to start taking more direct control of the breath. So I would like you to extend your inhalation to make it take longer, to breathe in for a little bit longer, and then to slow down the exhalation, to breathe out for a little bit longer. Again, on purpose, breathe in even a little bit longer this time, and then slow down the breath, breathe out even a little bit longer. So for the next 3 or 4 breaths, breathe in each one a little bit longer and breathe out each one a little bit longer to stretch, lengthen the breath, to notice what it's like to breathe for a longer duration, to simply observe how it feels to, on purpose, move the breath at your pace, at your directive, to experience the control of intentionally breathing, to experience what it is to be alive on purpose. And for the next few breaths, now not only do I want you to make them longer, I want you to make them bigger. See if you can breathe into the front of your body to stretch the chest, the ribs, and the abdomen forward. And see if you can breathe out a little bit longer to slowly contain the muscles in the front of the body. And now on this next breath, breathe into the front and also breathe into the back. See if you can stretch the space between the shoulder blades as you breathe in. And then squeeze those shoulder blade muscles together to help assist the air out. Again, breathe into the front and the back. And now also the sides. Expand your side ribs to the right and left. And then on the way out, squeeze the muscles that wrap all the way around the torso in towards the center line. Again, breathe into the front, the back, and the sides, expanding out, taking up as much space in your seat as you can. And then squeeze the muscles of the body and hug your internal organs. Hug your spine. 2 more like this. Big, full, expansive breaths. Try to breathe into your belly, into your low back, into your collarbones. And then hug everything and really think of it like a hug. Your muscles of your body are wrapping around you, squeezing you tightly with love. 1 more, expand, grow in all directions. And then breathe out, hug and wrap yourself up. Good. Now, relax this activity. Just let it go. That might be hard at first. Maybe your breath seems different. That's fine. Just observe it. Just notice what it feels like again to be you breathing after that last activity. Note how you feel right now. Beautiful. That only took a few seconds to check in with yourself, to note how do you feel right now. So for the rest of our breath work and our movement, feel free to just continue to do what we just did, to expand the body and to contract the body. And I'm going to direct you now to also maybe move your head, your neck, your arms, your shoulders, your sides. But you can always choose to just breathe in and notice that part. Notice what it feels like to expand to the right or left, or to stretch the back or front, or to think forward, or to think back. That is the practice. So on this next breath, breathe forward and maybe stretch your arms out in front of you. Exhale, breathe, thinking of the back, and maybe swing the arms back behind you. Inhale, breathe forward, stretch the arms forward, expand the front body. Exhale, squeeze the back body, maybe bring the arms back. Inhale, as your arms go forward, maybe they go all the way up overhead. As you exhale the arms down, maybe they even reach back behind you. 3 more like this. Inhale, arms forward, body forward, thoughts forward. Exhale, contain, squeeze back, maybe reach back, hug back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, notice the space you're breathing into. And then exhale, notice the space you occupy. On this next inhale, if you're reaching your arms forward or up, keep them there. And then everyone, just notice your wrists and roll the wrists around wherever they may be. Keep breathing in as you move your wrists and keep breathing out. If the arms are up, maybe you start to open them out wide. If your arms are down, think about breathing into those side ribs. Slowly keep rolling the wrists as you bring your arms all the way down by the sides. And then if you're rotating, reverse directions. If you're wanting to know how to get back to the present moment and you've gone far away, reverse directions and note, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. If you're rotating the wrists, you can slowly start to work them back up overhead. And then maybe bring the hands behind your head. If your head is floating in space, lean it back. Maybe you're pressing into your hands or the back of your seat, or maybe just pushing your head back in space. On your inhale, expand into the armpits. Stretch your elbows away from one another. As you exhale, hug the elbows closer together. Inhale, stretch your armpits and your elbows as far away from one another as you can. As you exhale, bring the elbows in and maybe tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, open the elbows, the armpits, stretch the side ribs wide. Exhale, bring the elbows together, maybe fold your chin to your chest. One more, inhale, open the elbows wide, expand. Exhale, maybe fold the elbows in, bring the chin to the chest. And then just breathe here. If your hands are on your head or down, you can just note the stretch on the back of the neck. Note any sensations or observations you have anywhere in the body as a way to notice what's really going on right now. We'll take one more breath here. And then exhale, if your hands are there, release. Inhale, slowly bring your chin up if it's down. Exhale, squeeze your left ear towards your left shoulder. Relax both shoulders towards the ground. Inhale, think about breathing into the collarbones, expanding into that small bit of space. Exhale, slide your shoulders down your back. Imagine them dropping towards your hips. One more breath here. And one more breath out. Hold on to your chair with your right hand and reach your left hand further towards the ground. This may cause a deeper stretch in the neck or the shoulders. Again, we're still tilted here a little bit to the left. We're contracting the energy on the left and stretching the energy on the right. You could breathe in, the right side stretches. And breathe out, the left side squeezes. One more like this. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly release your grip on the chair if you're holding and bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, look up, maybe lift the hands up with the breath. Exhale, if the hands are up, press them together at the center of the chest. Press the hands together and spread the fingers here. Whether your hands are up or down, think about expanding from the center of your wrist out through your fingertips, or think about expanding from the center of your heart out through your entire being. Or maybe just for one breath, think about both. The arms and the hands can also be considered an extension of the heart space, a way that we can express shining out love. So take a moment to spread, expand, and shine out the love in your heart. If your arms are up, gently release them down. Inhale, think about lifting and expanding upward. And then exhale, bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Notice if the shoulders have lifted up, gently stretch them down. Reach your fingertips towards the ground. Think about your feet pressing into the ground, like roots coming from your limbs, stretching into the ground, and then your trunk, the trunk of a tree, holding steady and firmly, and your head like a nice gentle leaf or branch or flowers, just slowly bending, even moving lightly like in a breeze. You can grab the chair with your left hand and reach your right hand further towards the ground. And this may give you a nice deep stretch across the neck and over the shoulder. Take one or two more breaths here. If you've gripped the chair, you may release and slowly bring the chin to the chest. Inhale from your feet. Lift up your legs, up your spine, and reach your chin all the way up to the sky. Maybe bring the arms up again. And this time, if your hands are up, bring them together. And now we'll make a flip, a little bit of a wrist stretch. So you're going to press the backs of your hands together now. And see if you can make a straight line across from elbow to elbow. This should stretch out the forearms and wrists if you've been doing a lot of typing or computering. All right, so again, you can keep just doing the awareness, but for a little bit of loosening, slowly pull your fingers towards your face. Open the hands up and stretch the arms forward. Again, you could think about shining your heart out through your fingertips, an expression of shining your love, the uniqueness that is you just by being alive into the world. And then if you want, you may continue to rotate the hands forward and away from one another, and then pull them back through. So don't think too much if you're trying this out, but just rotate the wrists around, keep them connected. And think about the connectivity of your heart that might reach out through your hands or through your gestures, right? Through your gifting. Maybe it's your work that you do or your passion. But you can think about expressing out your gift through your expression of being alive, which is with the breath. You can gently release the arms down if you've been doing that circling about. Inhale, stretch the arms back. Now this time you may grab the seat behind you and lean your body forward. You could also just stretch the arms back. If you've gripped the chair and you're leaning forward, really expand the space again between the collarbones. And this space in here around the collarbones, the jaw, and the neck gets very tight from working at a desk or a laptop or on your phone or in the car or just being in a seated position. So really think about expanding and expressing out through this region of the body to open it up, to counteract what it is to be always seated, and to use our seated chair yoga time together to open up, to relax and reset the body and mind for whatever it is that's important to you next. On your exhale, slowly pull the body back. You can bring your hands to your knees or your arms forward, and then gently reach down, stretching out the back. The low back, if it's tight, might feel it. Your mid back, if it's tight, might feel it. Your neck and shoulders, everything might feel like a stretch across the back. So note, this may be interesting information for you. Breathe on purpose into the back like we did at the beginning, but now feeling it in this stretched position. And note where you may have tension. And every time you note wherever you have tension, on the exhalation, let the tension go. Inhale, notice what you notice. And on the exhale, let it go with the breath. Let any thoughts, feelings, sensations, tension, tightness, let it go out with the breath. On your next inhalation, slowly pick yourself up. And if you've scooted forward in your seat, you can move back and lean back into your chair. So we'll take a few more moments to be intentional about our breath and just take this opportunity. If you want to keep moving, if you want to keep directing with your body this idea, that's perfectly fine, but just in your intention. Breathe in. I am breathing in. And breathe in that life force. Breathe in what is good, what is positive, what you need, because it's coming in from the breath anyway, right? The oxygen you need to function is coming with the breath. So breathe it in on purpose. And as you breathe out, get rid of anything you don't, because that's what's happening anyway. As you exhale, the byproducts of your metabolism, the work that your cells do for you, is excreted by breathing. So anything else that you don't need, you can just let it go on the wave of the breath. You can let it go with the exhale. So breathe in what you need, what is good, what serves you, and breathe out what you don't, what is negative or what is unhelpful to you. Breathe in on purpose what you need for life, and breathe out on purpose what's in your way, what you don't need. Breathe in love, and then breathe out waste. Take one more breathe in, filling yourself with nourishment. And breathe out, hug the muscles of the body, contain your center, feel your trunk and your strength in your own being. And thank you so much for tuning in, taking this break, this chair yoga break with me and with your organization, the constituents here. It was a great joy to share these practices with you. I believe that this will be recorded and available for you I will also drop my website here. That way you can find more practices like this uh, to support you. I have breath work and meditation classes and chair yoga classes. So feel free to join me for more weekly. And I am so glad that I'm seeing your names and comments. It helps me to feel connected. When we all breathe together, we are not only benefiting ourselves, but we are collectively benefiting us all. So thank you.